People don't understand
Stack it in my bag. Yeah, stack it in my bag. Got a crypto grind. Currency's flowing, every coin's on my mind. My coin base the upper, watch the numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustling these protocols, phones in the van. Emptying up my radar, I can't understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction here, cash rates is ring. Ride a blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, that's the profit.
if you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
I gotta get this money on. Yo, what up? What's up, y'all? What's good? What's good? Tap in. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Tap in. I know I said we wasn't going live on Christmas. Well, I should have said it's a possibility we will. Shit happens. But we gotta talk about this because I had to go look into this a little deeper myself about this Bitcoin dip to 24K. That's all we finna talk about. It ain't too much news going on. It's Christmas, so ain't no articles out. What up, y'all? What it do? Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Let's run them lights up. Let's run them lights up. So Bitcoin dipped to 24K. So the number was $24,111 on Binance Exchange. So let me go ahead and actually I'm gonna share my screen and shit. Because this is crazy. This is a little deeper than people realize. Yeah, this is much deeper because it briefly wicked to $24,111. Okay, so that wasn't a coincidence. So actually, let me share my screen. Let's talk about it. Let's get right into it because y'all might want to tap in. I know it's Christmas or whatever, but we gotta talk about this money. We gotta get to this money game. I hope y'all enjoying y'all day off. For those that is off, for those that is working, I hope your day is going great. Let's talk about it. Hold on. Here we go right here. Let me share my screen. Got this post right here from X. There we go. Actually, no, I'm gonna make that big. You can see everything. What up, yo? What's good? Yeah. All right. So let's talk about this Bitcoin dip. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about this Bitcoin dip right now. So Binance is manipulating the market, is what they're trying to say. I was like, no, that surface level it's got to be much deeper than that, where the whole market's being manipulated. So I'm like, no, this has to have deeper meaning. So, but yeah, Bitcoin briefly wicked to $24,111 on Binance before pumping back up, and nobody is explaining what actually happened. So this person said they'll do it. So shout out to whose Twitter is this? No Limit Games. So I'm gonna briefly go over what they said, but he said that this should be illegal, but I guess this is only relevant to the average Joes. So he basically said stop staring at the chart and start looking at the flows. So in a very short window, Binance started dumping crazy amounts of Bitcoin on Christmas Day. So of course he posted the proof. So we can pull it up right here. As y'all can see on the wallet right here. So y'all can see the Binance hot wallets, and y'all can see Bitcoin. See, they were dumping it right here, 123, 112. They was dumping it, and you can see the amount of money that was being dumped right here. So that is what caused the price to dip to 24,000. Then of course he showed this photo of the 24-hour low, which is exactly $24,111. Damn, I forgot to put in the 22 cents. But okay, that's fine. I'll still talk about it. So hold on, y'all. All right. So I thought that was interesting. So I'm like, of course, me being who I am, because I am into numerology. I said, well, what was the significance of $24,111? But we'll get into that. We'll get into all of that. I want to skip over to this tweet. So let me share this one. So this is where things got interesting for me when I read this tweet from David. Shout out to David. I don't know who this is, but I thought it was interesting because I had to go fact check David because I didn't know who the hell David was. So so he says here the $6.1 billion release on December 26, 2025. So he said he was just doing some math. 6.1 billion of upside. National call national will expire worthless on December 26, 2025. So if Bitcoin settles below 90,000, in that instant, the dealer hedges tied to those calls collapse to zero. This does not create selling pressure. This removes the structural force suppressing upside. So I was like, oh shit, this removes the structural force suppressing upside. The market is not losing support. It is being released from this constraint. So I said, oh shit, I knew this shit had some deeper meaning to it. So of course, I was like, let me look up 24,111 and what this means like for the market as far as the angel number meaning, spiritual meaning, however you want to flip it. And so that's when I was like, it's getting ready to they about to turn up. Let me actually get to it on my thing. I should have copied and pasted it, but I wanted to hurry up and get on because I don't have a lot of time. 1 second. Here we go. All right, so I'm not gonna go into the entire breakdown of the angel number, but just know that the number 24. So these angel numbers work in layers, so it's not just a full number. So the number 24 means foundation plus alignment. So 2 equals balance, partnerships, trust in the process. 4 is structure, foundations, systems, and discipline. So 24 is about building something real, not hype. Also, spiritually, it means lay the groundwork. What's being built now lasts. And then I went to 111. So of course, 111, I knew that was manifestation plus a new timeline. So 1 is the creation, leadership, and new beginning. So 111 amplifies intention, consciousness, and timeline shifts. I know some of y'all was like, what does this got to do with it? Listen, y'all, these people work with numerology. They're into numerology. They're into astrology. That is how they move. That is how they communicate. That is their way of communicating. That's why I had to look up the number, because that's not by chance that it just dips to 24,111. So yeah, 111 amplifies intention, consciousness, and timeline shifts. So a new cycle. So this is one of the strongest portal numbers, and it means a new cycle is activated. So thoughts plus intentions are magnified. It goes into that. And then it says that you are crossing into a new chapter. Stay intentional. So then the 24111 message means a new beginning is emerging, but it must be built on strong foundations. So then that's when I went back to the guy's tweet right here where it says this removes the structural force suppressing upside. The market is not losing support. It's being released from this constraint. And so then I went back to make sure I won't tripping. And I was like, a new beginning is emerging, but it must be built on strong foundations. And I'm like, oh, this has way deeper symbolism. So a full cycle ended, a new one is initiated. And that's when I was looking at his tweet where he talks about how December 26, 2025, if Bitcoin settles below 90,000, in that instant, the dealer hedges tied to those calls collapse to zero. This does not create selling pressure. This removes the structural force suppressing upside. So I said, oh shit. Y'all, that was them sending a signal, letting y'all know, like, yeah, we about to do this. We flipping everything. Everything is flipping now. It's happening. Like, it's been happening, but it's like it's about to get mad aggressive. It's about to get mad aggressive. So I thought this was interesting. Of course, Jake is still bullish. So I thought that was interesting because it's December 25th. He literally got less than 6 days now. Before, he could really fuck up his his reputation. But he said, all jokes aside, he's still 99.99999% confident that we will see an unbelievable move this year in XRP. But man, I thought the symbolism was crazy with this Bitcoin dip. But y'all let me know in the chat. Y'all let me know in the chat, gang. I'm trying to see what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing 111 all week. Yeah. I guess the other exchanges forgot the memo. I mean, Binance was the one with the selling pressure. That's why I showed the first tweet where Binance right here. Let me share my screen again because you must have missed that part. This was all on Binance. That happened on Binance. Don't forget, Binance is the number one exchange. So whether the other exchanges follow suit what Binance did or not, Binance is the biggest exchange in the world. So they had a lot of selling pressure. That's why in this tweet, he specifically said, pay attention to the outflows. Stop looking at the chart and pay attention to the outflows. And this was the outflows on Binance. So, hey. Yep. The market is low-key green. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Their downfall will be their symbolism for sure. All you have to do is pay attention. Exactly. You just have to pay attention to what they're doing, because a lot of people are like, oh, it dipped to 24K, not realizing like, dang, you need to know the symbolism of 24, of the number 24 and 111. And I just realized it was 222 as well. But man, I just wanted to come up here because y'all, I'm mad bullish. I'm mad bullish. Something getting ready to transpire. I don't know what it is, but something get ready to transpire, guys, and it's happening, gang. It's happening. Wow. We definitely cracked the code. Now, another thing I wanted to bring to y'all attention was this tweet here. Let me actually share this one. I had to fact check this one. Hold on. I had to fact check this one. Let me share my screen. So look, the upcoming Clarity Act. So I had to go look this up because I was like, all right, what's up with this? So the upcoming Clarity Act is the modern crypto version of the 2000 Commodities Bill, referred to as the Commodity Futures Modernization Act of 2000, which is the CFMA. So in the year 2000, I was in kindergarten. So I had to go fact check Marty Party's tweet because I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Because y'all remember 2000, I turned 32 in a couple days. So in the year 2000, I was in kindergarten. So I had to go look it up. It is facts. So a major U.S. federal law was signed by President Bill Clinton on December 21st, 2000, as part of a larger appropriations bill. And it was Public Law 106554. So the CFMA expanded U.S. derivative market from $100 trillion to $600 trillion in 10 years, making the U.S. the center of global finance. The Clarity Act is crypto's version of that bill. So it takes the chaotic crypto markets and implements rules enabling massive institutional investments and green lights DeFi. So of course I was like, okay, well, what's the pros and cons of this? Because of course I went to read the comments, and of course someone pointed out that this same bill is what caused the 2008 collapse. So I said, oh, interesting. So, I had to get into that. So, to me, I got to talking to the AI because I had to make sure I wasn't tripping. So I had to make sure that this was true. Of course, they said that this was true. And it does. It actually does correlate with the Clarity Act, but it will have a different outcome. So I said, oh, okay, different outcome. Interesting. So, of course, we know the Clarity Act is going to end regulatory limbo. Institutional capital can enter legally once that bill is signed. Of course, DeFi gets a legal path as well, and it keeps crypto innovation in the U.S. But the cons is what got me, because I asked, what is the pros and cons of this? The cons was risk of financialization over decentralization. So markets may become more efficient, more liquid, and more institution controlled. So of course that got me to thinking. I'm like, okay, so I just wanted to, I just wanted some more conviction, pretty much, reassurance, if you want to put it like that. So of course I said, so basically those that invest in the technology that upgrades financial infrastructure, will make a lot of money. After that, crypto moves like stocks do currently, like the stock market does. And it says, yes, that's the correct framework. So, yes, historically and structurally. So every time finance modernizes, the largest, most durable wealth is made in rails, settlement layers, liquidity plumbing, and compliance-friendly infrastructure. So I just came on here to give y'all that same reassurance that we are in the correct assets. Those that hold on to these assets for dear life, you're going to be good. Those that going to catch on to XRP, XLM, XDC, Kween, Algorand, all of these technologies that build the infrastructure, that's rebuilding the infrastructure, I should say, those people are going to catch on when the price is at $1,000, $2,000, $10,000, and they're only going to see those 5% gains a year like they do in the stock market. They're going to be late. us folks that was early, that remained patient, that remained convicted on this whole evolution that's transpiring right now, gang, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. So I just wanted to give y'all that on Christmas. Merry Christmas. I just wanted to give y'all that conviction that we're good. We're all in the right shit. Everybody else is lost in the motherfucking sauce. They're gonna be fucked up. They ain't get there if they're not investing into this shit right now. By the time everybody else want to invest into it, they will not be able to afford it. This shit is gonna move fast. Based on everything that we just talked about just now, just from the Marty Party's tweet about the upcoming Clarity Act being the crypto version of the 2000 commodities bill, all the way down to the manipulation of Bitcoin and what's happening with that. You know what I'm saying? And then the guy talking about what was the other thing about the $6.1 billion release tomorrow, and how in that instant that the dealer hedges tied to those calls collapse to zero. So it doesn't create selling pressure, but it's removing the structural force, suppressing the upside. The market's not losing support. It's being released from this constraint. I'm like, oh shit, this shit is gonna move hella fast. They're gonna be priced the fuck out. This shit gonna move hella. So us folks that are in, gang, listen, we cracked the motherfucking code. We cracked the code. We cracked the code. Those that didn't want to listen, those that turned away, that didn't want to hear this shit, gang, they're going to regret it. Oh my God, they're going to regret it. Oh my God, they're going to regret it. Gang. Yeah, I saw the stuff about VLO, USD1, all of that. So I'm going to deep dive into that, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow. But I was deep diving into this Bitcoin situation, but I'm going to get to that VLO shit because I saw that. Shout out to Popular, what's this, Aonics? Shout out to Popular Aonics. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow, so make sure you tune in tomorrow. We'll be on tomorrow at what time for y'all on the East Coast? 12 p.m. on the East Coast, because I know it's 9 for me. So we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna do my homework on that tonight. I'm gonna be up all night looking into that, so we can talk about that tomorrow. Because I want to make sure I come with as much facts as that I possibly can. You know, because I don't want to be wrong, but I got to look more into it. But yeah, none of this is financial advice. Never financial advice. But we're gonna be talking about that. Gang. Yup, 24111 equals 9, which means completion. Gang. Yo. We here. We here, gang. We here. What I need to buy. Gang, I just named a bunch of assets. You need to look into the financial infrastructure. I want y'all to look and see yourself. That way you have your own conviction, and that way you won't sell. Because don't forget, DeFi. DeFi is what y'all need to be, because we're going to be earning yield. So you're not selling these assets, because what's going to happen is I sit here and tell y'all what assets to buy. You don't understand the assets that you're buying. You're just buying them. And then when the price goes up, hella, how you going to sell them all? Not realizing you could have kept your wealth and continued to build your wealth by earning yield on your assets and borrowing against your assets, because you was early. You're still early right now. This is literally the last phase, the last window, whatever you want to call it. This is it right here. This is it right here. This is the last phase. This is it. I can say that with confidence now. This is it. If you don't make this window right here, this is it. This is literally like you at the airport and this is the last call. Like the door is closing. They about to take off. That's it. You about to miss your flight. You about to miss your flight and you is 37 gates away. If you're not in, you're not going to make it, gang. You're not going to make it. You 37 gates away. You got to take 2 trains to get to the other gate. You ain't making it. You missed it. You missed the goddamn flight. For those that's not invested. But for those that's invested, we on the plane waiting for y'all. I'm in first class. A lot of us in first class. Some of us in coach. It don't matter. We on the fucking plane. Some of y'all, gang, boy, y'all on the other plane. Because y'all still on the old financial. Y'all plane was running late. Y'all gonna miss y'all flight because they was delayed. So, man, it's a wrap. Tiger the crypto guy, you can get the fuck out of my chat. Talking about what the fuck are you talking about? Dumbass, you can get the fuck out of my chat. I'm on that type time. I don't care if it's Christmas. Fuck you mean. D is not here to save you niggas. BTC dipped to 24K. While my title say that, y'all need to go do some research. Bitcoin dipped to 24K on Binance. That's not the real Crypto Tiger. I don't even know who Crypto Tiger is. I don't even know who that is. No offense, but I don't even know who that is, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, that's all I wanted to come up here and tell y'all. We good. We good. They sent a real signal out today, and that's what I wanted y'all to know. That they sent the signal out today. Y'all can go look at it yourself. I'll show it again for those that came in late, that's confused, that don't know what's going on. Let me go ahead and show the proof. Right here, if you look at Binance, Bitcoin had a day. Everybody was talking about it about maybe 5 or 6 hours ago. Why is it not trying to come up big? There we go. All right. So as you can see, 24-hour low right here, $24,111. As you can see, mad outflows came on Binance right here. People were selling off Bitcoin right here. Okay. And so with that happening, well, all of these outflows happening right here, the result was Bitcoin dipped to $24,111.22. I hope that helped. I hope that helped for y'all asking about my caption. I know it's Christmas, so some of y'all probably just weren't paying attention, but you know, shout out to our Telegram. Shout out to the Telegram. Shout out to the Telegram, because I didn't even know what happened until I checked the Telegram. Because I said I was trying to not get into crypto today, but yeah. But yeah, regardless, we had a dip to 24K. What up? Appreciate y'all for the gifts, gang. Appreciate y'all for the gifts. Lucky few have bought at 24K. Gang, listen, I'm all about ROI, so I think you're slow if you bought at 24K. You got better opportunities here, gang. You could be invested in the infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? Getting in these other assets at very low prices, gang. You could be getting in freaking HBAR, XDC, Stronghold, Velo. You got so many metal. You got so many better opportunities to buying a $24,000 Bitcoin. But I get what you're saying. USD1 is high demand on Binance. Wonder why. Hey, Paige, because yeah, I seen you talking about it in the chat. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to do my little homework on that so I can come on here and talk about it. I'm going to do a little deep dive, so I'll be ready to talk about that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Binance is going to have an issue with the SEC. Watch and see. Oh, they probably is. I wouldn't put it past them. They've been fucking with Binance. That's why the US don't have no type of ties with them right now. Yeah, I wouldn't miss tomorrow's live. Make sure you're here. I wouldn't miss tomorrow's live for sure. But yeah, happy holidays to y'all. Happy holidays. And we'll be back on tomorrow. Appreciate y'all tapping in. If y'all ain't a part of the BlockNation community, make sure y'all get in that Patreon while it's $12, because January 1st it's going back to $20. So make sure y'all tap into the Patreon game. Make sure y'all tap in. But other than that, we will see y'all